What is on top of the deck? What is on top of the deck? Oh, it's Lightning Helix! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Welcome to Hunt the Week.
Hello everyone and welcome into the show. Welcome on in each and every one of you Sephiroths, Clouds, Euphies, Vincents, Aeriths, Tifas, Sids, Kate Siths, I'm missing anybody? Avalanche. Welcome in all you members of Avalanche. I welcome you all into the show. Hello and welcome in. This is Hunt the Week. It is your weekly Magic the Gathering podcast about the Arena Gauntlet League that we know, love, and play in. This is Final Fantasy Week 4. We are getting there. 2 more weeks till we wrap this thing up. Edge of Eternities is getting closer and closer, but we are still in Final Fantasy. And who am I? I am your host with the most, your Don John DeMarco, your Goku or Go Home. I'm the Pride of Mardu, everybody. Hello. Hello. I am a 5-time top 8er, a 2-time league winner, and one time I had a pretty good run in Final Fantasy League, if I do say so myself. Tip of the cap, pat on the back, but it's going well, and we're going to talk about it a little bit as we move forward and as we defy destiny.
Perhaps 7 seconds till the end. Let us defy destiny.
That's right, as I record. Currently, 5:42 p.m. on Thursday. This is your Final Fantasy Top 16. We got to read them all. Number 1, he's been there the whole time. Travis C., Random Jobber, 16-4. Christopher G. Oompa Loompa, 15-5. Jordan M. J. M-Tron, 15-5. Adam S. Wisma, 15-5. Ben P. Chuck No Blocks, 15-5. Zeke W. Smarmy Platypus, 14-5. Keelan T. Doofel, 14-5. Sawyer T. Soy Boy, 14-6. John P. Goku or Go Home, 14-6. Oscar T. Aussie Tubby, 14-6. Bob P. Hit, 14-6. Christy Stereolab, 14-6. Joseph E. Phony, 14-6. Ryan M. Rern, 13-5. Matt St. Bubba's Bums. Tim O. Zevin, 28, 13-6 for those last two. 5 O's on the week. Jordan M. J. M-Tron. Daniel So Cashew. Congrats, Daniel. Daniel was on like an 8-game win streak. I saw their name going off in the pack generation. Cameron B. King Egbert, 5-0. And I think our last 5-0, Parker D. Android, 5-0. How did I do this week? Good. It's going well. And I wanted to talk about it a little bit. I always have the people on, and I say, hey, you seem to be doing better. What's changed? What's helping? And I've had some pretty middling leagues, but I've been doing pretty good the last few. In TDM, I was 15-5, and then I went 1-6, and then blew it. But I got to 16 wins in TDM. Top 8'd Playground League. And right now, I am currently 14-6 in the top 16. I'm number 9. I'm doing really good. I was lamenting in week 1 that I was 2-3. Lata made fun of me, saying that I was, saying 2-3 was the end of the world. Since then, I have gone 5-0, 3-2, and I went 4-1 this week. So while it's not the end of the world to go 2-3, obviously, because you can still perform and do well, I have lost as much as I did in week 1 as I did in weeks 2, 3, and 4 combined. Right? Like, you gotta play well if you're gonna have a bad week, or at least do well. And I did want to talk about my deck and what's going on, because I don't do that very much. I spend a lot of time not talking about Magic stuff on the podcast. I'm going to dive into my deck a little bit and how I got here. And what's helping me do well, because what's helping me do well is opening up good rares and playing good rares, right? So I've got some cards that I call, these 2 cards I just call game winners. These are game winners, okay? And they're expensive, and we're playing 3, kind of 4 colors, and the mana's not amazing, but you'll understand. Death Begets Life, which is 8 mana, wipe the board. and enchantments, draw a card for everything, and then 8 mana, Arden the Usurper. So we're basically Sultai and black, right? No, this is a white-blue deck. I've got 4 white Aurasites, I've got Dion, I've got Venat. I've been super impressed with these corals, the tappers. I've been really impressed with those. But we're playing good rares. We got Dion, Venat, like I said. We're splashing black for the triple-pipped Arden, single-pipped Squall, and double-pipped Vincent. Those cards are all just bomby, and I'm playing 2 Ultimecias. It's just good. 4 or 5 Scry, taking extra turns, great. I've got the legendary creature that draws me a card whenever I scry, so I've got a bunch of scry throughout the deck. Things that I have found I do better with when I play are counter spells, and not just any counter spells, but 2 mana counter spells, like specifically. So I did open a Dispelling Exhale from TDM. Even though I only have 1 dragon in the deck and it's flipped Dion, I really like having counters up early when stuff can kind of be going wrong. Or I like having protection. I've also got a Syncopate in here. That's something I can cast on 2. Double Ice Magic. I've got 3 Ice Magics, but I've got 1 in the board. Again, 2 Corals. Been super impressed with those. Astrologian's Planisphere has been great. Do that on 2, then Combat Tutorial on 3. Draw some cards. You have a 4/4. It just brings a lot of pressure early, and you have a lot of ways. Again, these Corals, they tap things down. They make it so that you can either find a way to win a game that you shouldn't, or they can just find a way for you to keep pushing damage, and makes it really hard for your opponent to do anything. A little light on removal for decks that I like to play. I've got, like I said, 4 white Auracite. It's kind of hard to cast. Double white in this 3/4 color deck. And that's kind of it. I've got 1 stuck in the Summoner's Sanctum. Other than that, it's all kind of counter spells in the Corals to kind of keep everything in check until I draw these other cards. Then it's, find the rares and the bombs and try to keep the board clear. Try to draw a lot of cards. Double Combat Tutorial. We've got the Merchant that can draw 3. We've got double Dragon's Wyvern. We've got the Pixie that surveils on attacks. For fixing, we got a World Map, a Blitz Ball, a bunch of towns. I even got a Tri-Land out of TDM that I can play. So the mana's not terrible. It's mostly blue and white cards with a little bit of black, but that black does require a lot of pips. We got a Swamp Cycler in there, Marbarl, to help out with that. And then we've got the Death Begets Life, the 1 green card in the whole deck. And that's just, if we cast that card, we win the game. And it's the same thing with Arden. If we can cast one of those cards, we probably just win. And everything else, Dion's amazing too, but he just dies a lot. But getting Dion back with Arden, or getting Squall back with Arden, they're just so good. It's so much value. It's a nice little value-y deck, but it can also be aggressive and beat down if I go, 2-drop Planisphere into Dragon's Wyvern into Dion or Venat. You just start kind of snowballing early, or wiping the board late if we can get there. So I've been really enjoying Final Fantasy League. Again, I'm doing well, so I enjoy it, but I just want to talk a little bit about my deck and talk about what's helping me do so well. 4-1 this week. Played Cody in his deathmatch. I had a lot of really great games this week. Had some really good plays. I like this format so much more without the bonus sheet. And maybe I also just like it with a little bit of chaos, right? I don't know. I'm really liking this league. It's a good time. I'm hoping that I can, hopefully get another top 8 going, another mega draft. I just got to keep doing what I'm doing. It's working well, and I really like the deck. The deck is powerful. So I'm feeling good about it. I'm positive. I'm going into week 5 looking good. I'm almost definitely making week 6 unless I 0-5, which I ain't 0-5ing, okay? That's not what Goku does. It's not what Goku's about to do, okay? But I can't just keep going on and talking. We need a little break. We need a song, a musical number from our friendly songmaker. Kevin Ikane, 1993, gave us this song called Ride Like a Chocobo.
And they're off! The Golden Bird's in the lead! Wait, is that a fat chocobo drifting? Feathers flying, talons down, sprinting past this pixel town. Bet it all on number 5. That bird's got dreams and thighs, a track fake. Go ride like a chocobo, dashing through the rainbow roads. Gold beak, no brakes, we fly past the heavy loads. Shake those tail feathers, drift that turn. One more lap, watch the feathers burn. Ride, ride, ride like a chocobo. Gave him flair. Now he zooms like he don't care. Past cactus, mugs, and fire spells. A chocobo who breaks the scales. Whistles blare. I see the line. Someone cast slow. Not this time. Claws dig deep. He flaps and yells. This ain't no foreign bird. This right red call. He came from the stable. Now he flies like fate. He never asked for wings, but he earned them. Ride like a chocobo, yellow blur with turbo glow. That chocobo bounces too. Don't count out the underbrow. Final stretch, we're neck and beak. Victory tastes just like Misty. Ride, ride, ride like a chocobo. Cue the Final Fantasy victory music as the crowd throws greens in the air.
Thanks again, Kevin. Kevin's the best. And he said he was slacking. You're not slacking, dude. You're doing so good. You gotta get this song every week. And you know what? Sometimes you send me 2 or 3 songs in a week, and I get to hold one back. You're not slacking, dude. You crush it. Everyone loves them. And that was a really good one, too. All right, we got to keep the show moving. We are here in week 4 of Final Fantasy, but we're going to go back a little bit, back in time this week with our guest as we ride a chocobo together. That's right, this week we are riding a chocobo, however you want to pronounce it, with none other than Dewitt K, Seething Octopus. Dewitt came on the show a few months ago, December. It's close to a year ago now, but Dewitt came on about 6-7 months ago. Was so happy to get him back on because they got their first big league win. Take down Playground League, Homeroom 1A, takes down Emmett in the head-to-head battle afterwards, and then takes a break from Magic. Isn't in Final Fantasy League. Like, they're not playing Final Fantasy League, and they said they're also just not playing Magic outside of that. Like, they won a league, and they're like, great, I did that. I'm taking a little break. And it was nice to kind of go with them and kind of relive that journey, talk about how they got there, talk about how they became the most recent champion. So go ahead and join me this week as we interview Dewitt K. All right, everyone, let's ride on a chocobo together this week with none other than Dewitt K, a.k.a. Seething Octopus. Welcome to the show, Dewitt.
Thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
Oh, I am so excited to get you on, and I have to apologize because it took forever to get you on because I was out of town, and then I had a special show lined up for when I came back. So I'm sorry. But congrats. Playground League winner, Dewitt K, Seething Octopus. Congratulations.
Yay!
Yay. First league win, right?
First league win, yep.
That's got to feel so good, right? It's got to feel amazing.
Yeah, I think so. It was my third top 8 first league win. I would 2-1 the Duskmorn top 8, and was pretty close. I could taste it, and so then didn't come back with a vengeance in Foundations, but I came back in a vengeance in Playground. So
yeah, you came back. You led a massacre with your meat hooks, and here we are. I want to talk all about it. We got to start before the Mega Draft, though, before the win. I want to know what did you think of Playground League? What did you think of the mechanics? Were you into the trading? Did it help you get there? Did you like the packs? What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I remember reading the brief for Playground and being so my initial um reaction was like, okay, these sets are sweet. It's, lower power level. Let's get some chaos in here.
Hmm.
And then I kept reading. I was like, oh, trading, that's a level of complexity. And I was like, oh, stips, that's a level of complexity. I was a little overwhelmed going into it. And it, going into it, I thought, okay, trading will be fine. Stips, not a big fan of.
Hmm.
But then getting in and playing it, absolutely love the power level of sets. I think just really hit the nail on the head of what I think Chaos Sealed can be.
Yeah.
Um, and then the stips, I ended up, I think almost all the stips I voted for lost, but I played into them anyways, and I kind of just took them. I had a realization week one that was like, after doing my one to get the cards, I was like, I think it's a strategical advantage for me to make everyone play with non-basics so the game slows down. Because I played blue-black the entire time, I'm pretty sure. I don't think my deck changed very much in all 15 matches.
Nice.
And and yeah, I mean, I ended up winning at 5-0 week one, and playing two games where everyone had non-basics and I got the splash whatever I wanted was great. Um, Week two was Commander or Brawl, and
Hmm.
that one, not a huge Commander fan, but you got to eke out that extra lesson. So I played that and actually switched colors. I played blue-black once with Vohar and then played blue-red with Balmor because Balmor is a beast.
Yeah.
And then the third step was one rare, and it was in week three. And I found someone early on to play with. My final deck had like three rares in it, which a lot of the other people, especially in week three, had 8, 10 rares in their decks. And I
Yeah.
knew that there's going to be a huge competitive advantage if I could find another match to play with that stip. And so I put an LFM out in the stip match thing for, I think it was like 48 hours in week three, and played my last match with a stip and was able to
Jeez.
win. So I patiently waited. Um, so Stips turned out great, and it was nice to have some choice into whether you played in them or not, and
Yeah.
then the reward seemed the right power level for playing. Trading, I don't know. I
You have any blockbuster trades?
I had some decent trades that I didn't get any. I don't think I got any sweet rares. Like I didn't trade for a Meat Hook Massacre or anything at that power level. I traded for some utility commons, uncommons, a little bit of spot removal. Um, I also only had one gold star trade. So I had because I was doing well. So I guess it's not not something to complain about. But uh, so the trading was okay. I actually started out like I was like, I don't like people that had the trading profiles, had all the stuff. I was like, you know what, this is a lot of mental load. I'm gonna just play my games. It's gonna work out. Eventually, we'll figure something out. And I played my first 5 games, and like 4 out of 5 were in blue black. I couldn't get a trade figured out. So I went into week two like kind of panicking. I was like, okay, like people are trading for these sweet cards. Their decks are looking really good. I think I'm falling behind.
Yeah.
And I think I stayed up until like 2 o'clock in the morning on Friday night and sent out probably 40 DMs to everyone who had a trading profile open. Some weren't responded to, some I got good interactions with. Um, I don't know, it was tricky, and it was just a lot of time and effort. And I think I played blue black because those are the best colors in my pool, and the rest of my pool was pretty weak. And I had a lot of responses where I sent my entire pool list, and people are like, "Sorry, I don't see anything."
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was kind of difficult. I was like borderline offended that I was suggesting trading for a card they had because of how lackluster my pool
Yep.
seemed. And so that was a little frustrating. So I think overall, between the mental load of doing it and the time commitment and just the trickiness, I don't know. There's always a winner and a loser in a trade. I feel like it's really hard to be fair. I don't know. Trading's not my thing, but so overall, though, great league. I love the fact that the Shadow League committee was able to put together these things that the league's been
Yeah.
talking about bit by bit for a long time, and let's put them to the trial. Let's see what works. Let's see what doesn't.
I agree with pretty much everything you said. I first read the rules. I thought it sounded super complicated and like, you know, it was time consuming the trades and stuff. And I'm a big stip guy, and I kind of had the opposite thing where I went in like, cool, I'm down for some Stips. Let's do it. And then the Stips didn't work for me wanting to win. And I was like, okay, maybe we don't play the Stips. Maybe we don't need to play. Maybe we need our rares. You know? Maybe we need those to win our games. But I think the league worked out great. I agree. Power level was great. The pack choice, besides Dominaria, I'm going to say that every single time, was wonderful. Everything was great. And then you get to the Mega Draft, same packs in the Mega Draft. So you're Mega Drafting Strixhaven, Vow, Dominaria, the other cards, Kamigawa. Right. How was your Mega Draft? Take me through that a little bit because I didn't really get to see. I was playing in the Mega Draft with you, Dewitt. I was actually in your pod, but I didn't see. I was playing. I didn't see it in your games. I missed them. So tell me what was going on with your Mega Draft?
Yeah, well, I just pulled up. Actually, I have the pick summary in front of me, and I was just looking to see. It looks like you're on the other side of the table, and I don't know how Sealed Draftmancer works very well, so I can only see my stuff. But so we went Dominaria into Neo, into Brothers War, into Midnight Hunt, into Strixhaven, then finally New Capenna. And I didn't have a ton of strategy going into it. There was one thing that I remember about a lot of these sets is they had like small artifact themes between Kamigawa, Brothers War. I like Brother Wars a lot.
Yeah.
So I kind of was like, well, maybe I'll try and do something like that. But then I just wanted to be open to what the packs had. I first picked Micromancer, I think over like an Extinguish the Light. I just love Micromancer, especially going into a 6-pick draft, knowing that you have it. And then Phyrexian Rager into Extinguish the Light. So just some value, some removal. And then the pack kind of dried up. I kind of tried to stay open. I took some non-basics. I took the Salvage Mana Worker, both of which made my final deck. Pack 2, I opened Hidetsugo.
Oh, yeah.
He was he's on color with the black. I was like, okay, maybe I can play a little bit of red. But I think even just a black, he's a fine card. Into Dockside Chef. But then, so pack 2 got a 5th pick, Invoke Despair, which I think was the first time that I was like, okay, here's a powerful card. I've got time to prepare for it. Let's see if we can make this work. And it was at a time in the pack where it wasn't a huge cost, I didn't feel like, to speculate on it.
And you're already kind of black a little bit, it sounds like.
Yeah, I've got some removal. I've got some. I had a Dockside Chef. I had the Hidetsugu. So I was into being black, and Evoke Despair is a pretty ridiculous card if you can cast it. Pack 3, I opened the Sky Strike Officer, the 2/3 flyer from Brothers War that makes soldiers when he's attacks.
Oh, yeah, that's gross.
It's a really powerful card. And then Pack 4, I think, was where things got a little off the rails, or on the rails, I guess, for my deck, where I was fortunate enough to open Meat Hook Massacre, and then second picked Ludovic, third picked Brutal Cathar.
Oh.
Fourth pick was Secrets of the Key, which was my second target for my first pick, Necromancer. And then fifth was another Ludovic. So like I picked up 4 very serviceable rares / bombs in pack 4 that ended up making a huge chunk of the power level of my deck.
Jeez.
Packs 5 and 6 were actually pretty underwhelming. 6 pick one pack, or 5 was an unwilling ingredient as my first pick, and 6 was a hate draft. So like 5 and 6 things dried up, but it didn't matter because the packs had gone pretty well prior to that. So yeah, I ended up with a pretty sweet blue-black deck, splashing white and red and quadruple black. And, you know, I looked at the deck a lot of times and I was like, man, this seems really ambitious, but I do think it was relatively responsible. My final deck list had 6 non-basics, and I kind of paid the price to play those cards. So I had cards like Elsewhere Flask, Meteorite's good, but the Salvage Mana Worker, I played the 6-drop Maestros dude who fixes your lands. Like I had to play a lot of cards that I wouldn't normally play just to support the power of those rares, of like playing the Dramatic Finale, and the Invoke Despair, and then the white cards and the red splash. So I felt it was justified, but maybe I just tell myself that.
I love that you say Meteorite's good, and man, I can't tell you the last time I played Meteorite. I used to think Meteorite was good until you got him for free with Roxanne from in Mom, and I was like, oh, this card's not good. They give him to you for free, you know? Like,
Roxanne's better. Meteorite, is
It's good.
it's
It's a
fine.
good. It's a good. In this power level, it's definitely good and fine. But it used to be like a great first pick or top 5 pick in the M15, 16s of the world.
It's
Um,
2 for 1. You get your shock and a mana rock. But yeah,
uh,
in comparison to Roxanne, that's pretty sad.
well, I'll tell you what. All I have heard about your deck is that it was gross and it was insane to watch and it was super powerful and you kind of just stomped everybody that you came up against, including our poor Emmett Sepulcher who came on a couple of weeks ago, winner of Homeroom 1B. Uh, so your deck just kind of did its thing and it played well, I imagine.
Yeah, I think so. I ended up 9-1 in my
Ugh,
4 matches, and
gross.
so and I think the people I played against, like Miranda had a really nice red white deck. Paul had a good black green deck with a lot of removal.
Hmm.
Christopher G had a blue red deck with a bunch of rares and good tempo spells, and
Yep.
Emmett's blue white flyers deck. But I think I had just enough interaction, especially in the early game, to be able to stabilize and then kind of take things over with some of those rares that we've discussed.
Yeah, I mean it sounds like it. And because of that, you get to take home your first league win of Playground League. You're up for Player of the Year. You get your emote or voice clip added to the soundboard. You're King of Kings right now, DeWitt. King of Kings.
We'll ride it until until Final Fantasy ends. But no, it's exciting. Uh, it's a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to Player of the Year.
Oh, you know what? You deserve it. Like you said, this is your third top 8. You've been real close, and you finally clinched it. You're a name I say all the time when I read, names in the top 8. So, you're a great player. So we know that the player of the year is going to be that much tougher now that you're in it.
Hopefully, I can. Hopefully, I can provide a challenge.
My next few questions actually came to me from a buddy of yours who's on the server, Walks. You know Walks.
I do know Wax.
Walks just messaged me randomly and was like, "Hey, here's just a bunch of prompts if you need questions." I was like, "Well, of course I need questions." As I asked for questions from everybody. Walks, you're helping me out. These are wonderful. Uh, so I got some questions from Walks.
I have to say, you sent me this message, a list of questions, and I was like, what kind of Google foo
Ooh,
is this
yeah.
person? And then I saw you put his name at the end. I was like, oh, that explains. I was like,
No, I'm the Nardwar of the AGL, man. I know everything. So yeah, what is the story of the gauntlet at your old LGS?
yeah. So this goes back. This was probably 2014 or 15, um, and I was playing at Comic Town, and I was, let's say, in a period of fun employment in my life. And I was just playing a ton of Magic,
Sure.
and they hosted like 2 or 3 drafts a week, and would just go hang out and with a lot of friends. And but when pre-release came around, this was back in the day. They did midnight pre-release,
Yep.
and with nothing better to do, I was like, oh, I'm going to do the midnight pre-release, and then I'm going to come back at 9 a.m. on
Oh
Saturday,
my gosh.
and then I'm going to play the Saturday 6 p.m., and then I'm going to play the Sunday 9 a.m. And then the first time this happened, I mean, understandably, I was pretty exhausted.
Yeah.
Signed up for the last one, the Sunday evening one. I signed up, I played, my pool was bad. I lost the first round. I was tired. I drove home. My buddy Jake calls me, he says, you're almost there. You've almost played every match that the LGS offered. You got to come back. So I turned my car around.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
pretty sure I shuffled together my entire sealed pool with 10 of each basic land, and I finished the match. But that was the birth of the gauntlet. And from then on, I for a few more sets I played all 5 of the pre-releases at the LGS, and other players started to pick it up, and then I moved, and the gauntlet then started getting recognized by the store. They started doing like fun, like they had a leaderboard for Gauntlet leaderboard. They had like gift baskets if you played all 5 of the pre-releases, and like I don't know how long the Comic Town's now closed, but I think that the Gauntlet lived on probably up until the pandemic started, and so that's what it is. The Gauntlet's when you run all 5 of your pre-releases at the same
That's
LGS,
crazy, man.
starting at midnight on Friday.
I remember the midnight pre-releases, and I was I was in the age where staying up till midnight was the thing I would be doing. So midnight pre-release was nothing. But man, I remember they finish at like 5, 6 in the morning. And it's pre-release. Everyone plays slow. No one knows the cards. Like every round goes to time.
Yep.
And it's midnight's when they start handing out the boxes. It's not when the matches start. So you don't even get round one till 1 in the morning. So you're driving home, the sun's coming up, and then yeah, I remember going to like maybe 1 the next day at like 6, but I couldn't do more. Oh man, it was exhausting.
Yeah, I think pushing back, not forcing gamers to play the midnight pre-release is one of the best things Magic's done in the last 10 years. Give us some more time to play.
I always wonder, like, so does that just not exist? Are midnight releases just they don't exist? They're not a thing anymore. It's like midnight releases with movies. Do those still exist? How old am I? Dewitt.
I don't know. I'm sure they exist somewhere.
Gosh. We got another question from Walks. Tell me about your pro player faux pas at Grand Prix Kansas City in 2008.
So I realized after reading this prompt, 2008 was 17 years ago, which is an insane amount of time. I was in high school playing Magic, went to play Sealed Shards of Alara at Grand Prix Kansas City. Ended up day twoing. It was my first GP day two, which was super exciting. I remember in the morning having to like call my parents to figure out what my social security number was because you had to fill it out to get prizes.
Sure.
And I didn't know what it was. I don't know, maybe I should have. But anyways, and then day two, managed to put up a pretty good, I think I finished top 32 or something, but played against a pro player one round, Mark Herberholtz, whose name I now know. Because the following round, I was in feature match coverage against Sam Stein, and Sam Stein asked who I played against the previous round. I was like, I don't know, Mark Herberheitz or something. And then that the fact that I didn't know who I had just played and had just beat made it into like the coverage article that they used to do.
What?
So, you used to be able to, I got crushed by Sam Stein, but you used to be able to go onto the Wizards website and hear me completely disrespect Mark Herberholtz's name.
That's so lame because sounds like a hard name to pronounce. First of all,
Yes.
and like I don't know, there's a lot of people that play Magic. You can't know who everybody is. There was barely any internet back then, right?
Exactly. Well,
that's not fair.
But it's a good laugh, and it's a story that comes up from time to time.
Well, man, I can't even imagine just being like, "Who'd you beat?" I don't know, SVL or something. I don't know who it was. Like
Some guy.
Yeah, just some guy. I mean, on a grand enough Magic scale, we're all just some guy, right? Like, and then you become Playground League winner, and all of a sudden you're DeWitt KC the Octopus.
I will say honestly, it's a good mentality to go into your games. Doesn't matter who's across the table from you. Nobody's unbeatable. Play your best,
right?
Even if they're Mark Herberholtz.
You're gonna say that name just forever now. I agree though. I always say like you can win any game, like you can beat Jordan. Everybody beats Jordan sometimes, right? Like he never goes undefeated. Like you can win those games. You just gotta hope they draw bad and hope you play well. It's not that hard.
Absolutely. What was it? Yeah. Just try your best. Play to your outs. But and hope to not get paired with Jordan. No.
Yeah. That's the easiest way to beat him is you don't get paired against him. You watch the bot constantly, and every time he's in a match, boom, LFM. Scam the system. This one I thought was super interesting because I like to cook. What is the secret to a good soup and stock?
Well, the first thing is I gotta differentiate those questions because a soup and a stock.
I agree.
There's going to be, and there actually, I almost feel like the reason Wax asked this is I went to culinary school. One of my courses freshman year at culinary school was literally called soup, sauces, and stocks, and I think he thinks it's hilarious. So that's why this question's here. But the secret to a good stock is simplicity. You want to like put good ingredients in, you'll get a good stock out in time. That's a good stock. If I make chicken stock, it's got like 2 bay leaves, some chicken bones, and some peppercorns. Like I'm not big on like putting whatever in. Anyway, so simplicity for stocks. Soup, on the other hand, is the opposite. Soup, you want complexity. You want to build layers of flavor. So you'll start maybe caramelize the onions and garlic, build up a good base. Then you add, some flavorful additions, hit it with some other nice ingredients, build it up, and then when you're done, you have like a nice, delicious soup with a good depth of flavor.
That sounds great. What's your favorite kind of soup to make?
Oh, favorite kind of soup to make. Wasn't on the list. I'm not prepared.
Yeah, sorry. It's a good classic Goku gotcha.
Favorite kind. I make a pretty mean chicken noodle. I'll be honest.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
But again, the simple stock, but just good. Again, like the onions, olive oil, garlic, carrots, celery, and the trick is for me, you keep the noodles separate until you're ready to eat it.
Okay. Oh wow.
So if you have like leftovers, the noodles are sitting in the soup, they'll get really soggy.
Yeah.
So if you just keep it separate, bring your soup up to a boil, pour it over the noodles, they'll heat back up, and you'll have like not mush at the end of the day.
I'll tell you right now, me and my brother both love to cook. We both worked in restaurants like growing up, and like we cook all the time. We were very different on the stock scale, is what I'm going to call this. Where he won't put anything in it but like the chicken and the bones and like nothing else, water. That's his stock. I will do everything. I'll do garlic, I'll do onions, I'll do carrot, I'll do celery. It's basically a soup already. Like I'll do bay leaves, I'll do all that stuff. I'm going crazy, man. I'm getting all that flavor in there. And for you to say simple is better, but you still add some bay leaves. Oh, I feel like I'm doing too much, but I also feel a little vindicated.
The thing with cooking, if you like what you make, that's the best way to make it.
Oh,
So
I love it. That's why this guy's a league champ, everybody. He's got a good attitude. He makes a good soup. He makes a good stock. All right, we got our league questions. You ready for them?
let's do it.
All right, Evan C. Peas of crab, another sea creature for you to hang out with. Octopi are masters of camouflage and escape. What is the greatest thing DeWitt ever got away with?
Man, octopuses are also real smart,
Okay.
and they wouldn't reveal what they got.
Ooh, camouflage. You inked him in the eye and scuttled away. I like it.
Like that.
All right, Evan, we'll never know. Thanks for the question. Raphael F. Prudent, who do you consider to be a rival in the league or your toughest competition?
Rival in the league, toughest competition. I've been every once in a while I'll take a look at the league stats, the win rate leaderboard. And I always like, if I can play and beat anybody who's above me on that, that's a good rivalry in my head, whether they know it or not that it's happening. And so that's one. But I think, I think the biggest rivalry. So I think my win rate percentage in league right now is like 63%.
Fantastic. Incredible.
My win rate on Monday night feature matches is like 12%.
Oh, no.
I think that Monday night feature matches are probably my biggest rivalry.
That's a bummer too, because you want to show off, you want everybody to see your deck do the cool thing or see the cool plays that you can make, and then things just don't. Like I just watched the one that happened at 7 o'clock tonight, and both times I got two lands, stuck on 2 lands. The game was over in 5 minutes, the whole match. It's just like
That's a
nothing
bummer.
happens. So it's like I get it. Those feature matches are they're a little bit. I always go into them a little bit more nervous than I do other games.
Oh, absolutely. People are questioning your plays, and then I start double questioning my own plays. And it's
Yeah,
like,
right. You're like, oh God, I have to watch this back and hear them say like, oh, there you missed the obvious lethal, and what is this guy doing? Like, oh, great, cool. That'll make me feel good. Yeah, feature matches. So does that mean that you are going to stay away because you lose, or that you want to get after it to get that win rate up?
Oh, I see it as a challenge. I'll do it. Whenever I get DM'd to join in, I'll join in if I can. It's a lot of fun, and I think it helps keep this just like podcasts keeps this vibrant community humming. So I like to be a part of that.
Oh, very nice of you to say. Zach H. Axelt, what was what did the post-win celebration consist of? You win the league. What do you? How do you celebrate? You make a soup? What'd you do?
I I don't remember in the moment what I did, but at a whole level, what I did was took a break from Magic. I put it down for 2 weeks. I don't know, or 2 months. I don't know how long it's been. Time's a mystery. But um, yeah, I know. I had already kind of planned on stepping away for Final Fantasy and recharging a little bit this summer. And um, yeah, I think that finals match against Emmett was probably the last time I played Magic. So uh, sometimes it's good to just rest and relax a little bit.
Would you know? It's almost like I did it on purpose. Here we are, week 4 of Final Fantasy League. I didn't ask you a single Final Fantasy question, and I had no idea that you weren't in the league. It's just we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Playground League, and really, so it's been a couple. What else are you doing to fill your time? Do you have any other hobbies? I mean, you like to cook, but is there another game or another thing you're just enjoying your summer? What are you doing to it?
Summer's been a little busy. Did a little traveling. I like playing board games, and so we had Origins in Columbus, Ohio recently. So I had some friends come into town, and we played some board games for a
Are you in
weekend.
Columbus, Ohio?
I am.
Me too.
We'll have to talk about that after the
Oh my
show.
gosh! All right,
That's
continue.
crazy. Um, and so yeah, went to Origins, and then spent some time up in Michigan just to chill with some friends. And then a lot of my free time, I've been playing Blueprints.
Yeah,
The
I've heard a lot.
it's the hardest game to talk about I've ever encountered because it's not linear at all,
Hmm.
and the whole thing is puzzle and discovery. And so someone could stumble something on their first run that someone on their 10th run hasn't seen yet. So it's like if you're trying to be cognizant of spoilers, it's very difficult to talk about. But and it's a game that I would not actively recommend to many people because it's like I have post-it notes all over my desk like a madman. I'm getting iCloud storage warnings because I've taken so many photos of my on my phone of the screen. Um, and my girlfriend thinks that I'm absolutely crazy, but I'm enjoying every minute of it, and I'm coming up, I think, on what I hope is the home stretch. But it's a fantastic game, and it's made by a Magic player. It's if anyone's ever looked at their spoilers on mythicspoiler.com, the
Oh,
person
really?
who posts that has spent the last 8 years collecting ad revenue to support him building this game, which I think is really cool.
And the game's doing great. I've heard a lot of stuff about it. On the super secret side server, when it came out, there's threads and threads of people like going through blueprint stuff, and I was trying to avoid it because I know once it goes on sale, I will buy it. And not, but I'm a cheap gamer, Dwight. I'm cheap. I'm waiting for that sale. But
Efficient.
yeah, yeah. I'm also like there's a billion games to play, so I can entertain myself till it's $15 or whatever. But I've heard nothing but great things, and it sounds really cool. I like pretty much everything that I've heard about it. So, uh, big uh, big proponent, DeWitt K, saying that we should check it out.
Yeah, it's great. Especially if you like puzzle games, it's really good.
Richard K, Preacher 26. What's your favorite wine?
That's a tricky one. I don't know if I have like a favorite. I drink a lot of, or I prefer like white wines. And I just had a really good bottle of Picpoul de Panay that I opened yesterday. I said it like that because it sounds pretentious when I talk about wine, but
You
it
said that,
was
and I was like, ooh, this guy knows his wine. Pick poop Renee. Oh boy.
I don't know. It was really tasty, and that was the most recent one I had, so that's probably my favorite. But I think summertime. It's about crisp whites. You want to like get really refreshed. Uh, I don't know. So
Are you doing that jalapeno in your wine thing that's big this summer? Are you all over that?
I've never heard of that.
Oh, you take white wine or Chardonnay. I don't know anything about wine.
Okay.
And you take a jalapeno, you slice it thin, you freeze the slices, and then you put it in the Chardonnay as like an ice cube, and it gives it kind of a little bit of zip. It's a very summer. It's very like the in summer drink this year. Jalapeno and Chardonnay or white wine. I think. Give it
I'll
a Google.
Yeah, I'll have to do some research. That's sounds interesting.
Jeff H. Walks, your buddy. What is the GOAT playground equipment? You won Playground League? What are you playing on the playground?
He described this as his decoy question. He didn't-
This is still a really good question, though.
Yeah, I don't know. It's got to be swing sets. I never had the upper body strength for the monkey bars, so I think it's got to be swing sets.
You ever do like a flip off the swing or anything cool like that?
Oh no, I play Magic and do talk about wine. I don't. There's not much flipping my body does.
Uh, Bob P. Hit would love to know when you hover over a message in Discord, what 3 emojis are suggested for you? I had no idea that this was different for everybody until we got this question. So
I was excited to go and look and see what it was, and then was just a little disappointed with the results. It is number 1, the heart.
Yep.
Number 2, the flame.
Yep.
And number 3, the thumbs up.
Yeah, those were mine too. Maybe it is the same for everybody.
But I think I feel like I've seen cross swords before because like if we're playing a bunch of League, I'll always cross swords the match make.
Nice.
And then I'm really astonished that Adam's eggplant snake from Tarkier League was not my number 1 because I was drinking the Damien Kool-Aid hard and it was all over the place. So.
I'll tell you, man, it's hard not to do. I'll tell you, I got to spend some time with Damien last week, and he's every bit as snaky as you can imagine. I tell you. The eggplant snake. Yeah, that one's a good one. Just kind of came out of nowhere, and it's been sticking around the eggplant snake. All right, our last question from Kenny W. Niv Mizzet. What's your favorite recent board game?
Yeah, I think so. When I played at Origins, played some board games, and played I think it's called like Tileton. It's by the same designer who's played the other or who developed other board games called like Tolkien and Teotihuacan. His whole thing is like they call it the T series.
Okay.
And they're all like cities in the world or whatever. It's just a very kind of dry. Pick up a dice, get some resources, spend the resources to do a thing. But it's right up the alley of the board games I enjoy. So that was really fun.
All right. I will not try to pronounce those names, but please Google them and find them if you want to play a cool board game.
And I'll say I'm looking forward to so in like 3 weeks is Gen Con, which is another board game convention.
Mm-hmm.
But Gen Con has a really sweet Magic tournament series that they run every year, and I'm curious if any League people go to Gen Con to play Magic because I'd be curious to grab a drink with you or whatever, a glass of wine, and so yeah, the last few like I've gone to Gen Con for a long time for board games, but recently I've really enjoyed playing Magic there, and they just have like they'll run like Thursday, Friday, Saturday run qualifiers, and then Sunday we'll do like a really fun championship with like so it'll be 64 play like all the top 8 from each qualifier will go, and then Sunday you'll play something fun. In the past they've done like top 8 of the championship will draft a legacy cube but keep the cards.
Oh, cool.
Stuff like that, or somebody a buddy of mine got to do it. He played it was Pioneer sealed, and he opened 1 pack of every set in Pioneer, which is like 45 packs.
Oh my God.
And then played sealed with it. And then there was like uncut sheets and stuff as prizes. So it's not as like sharky as going to the Pro Tour or anything like that. Like they're just like fun prizes. You get uncut sheets and booster packs and a pack of everything from Pioneer, which is pretty sweet.
That
So
sounds,
Gen Con.
sounds awesome. Everyone check out Gen Con. No, I haven't been to Gen Con. I've been to a PAX, but Gen Con is I've heard really good things about it for a long time because it's like the Midwest big convention that happens every year.
Yeah, and this year the Magic Play Area is on the floor of the Indianapolis Colts Stadium.
Ooh, hang out with Peyton Manning.
If that's who the quarterback, yes, that's who we'll be hanging out with.
Oh, no, Peyton Manning hasn't played in a long time. I actually, as you were talking, I looked up and I saw my Origins lanyard, and I just realized what Origins is, and I was there. I was there too, Dewitt, looking at board games and stuff.
What was your favorite board game of Origins weekend then?
I was only there for one day, and I was just kind of there because I had nothing to do, and I was like, oh, I had no idea what was happening until like that morning, and I was like, oh, there's a board game expo in town. I like board games. I go check it out. Um, there was just so much stuff, and there's so many board games. It was really hard for me to like focus on any of them because
Yep.
it was a huge, like a giant convention hall, and just stacked and rows and rows and rows of just different board games and like dice and peripherals or whatever, all kinds of fun stuff. I ended up buying a copy of Mothership for my brother because we've played it before, which is a really fun space horror D&D kind of RPG. It was really hard. We died the one time we played it, but it was really cool, and the art's really sweet. So I recommend Mothership if you like D&D, but you're tired of playing as elves and dwarves. You want to be like a space marine, Mothership. Check it out.
I just pulled it up on the Google. It's got a really cool art aesthetic going on with it.
Yeah, it's got real cool art. Spooky. It's a spooky one. But it's also, again, very hard. I don't know that we totally understood the rules, and I would want to change them maybe a little bit before we started again. Well, Dewitt, hey, thanks for coming on the show. And it's cool to learn you live by me. That's going to be a fun thing to explore. And thanks for winning Playground League. I'm glad I didn't have to play you because you would have destroyed my deck. But congrats on taking it home finally, man. And really, it's so cool to see you get your first league win after trying to get in again. Congrats, man.
Absolutely. Thanks so much. Yeah, and I mentioned this last time on the podcast, but I can't stress enough how awesome I think the league is. And I don't do a good job of providing feedback in the feedback channel, but everyone that's a part of it and everyone that makes the community so strong, it's thanks to you all. So I'm stoked to be a part of it and looking forward to continuing. So
okay. We're happy to have you here, and we'll see you in Player of the Year, Dewitt.
Sounds good. See you then.
I mean, Dewitt was amazing. And did you hear how excited I got when I found out they lived in the same city as me? I might get to meet them in person, maybe even play some Magic. How exciting is that? Big congrats on your league win, Dewitt. I'm so happy. I love seeing the people get their first league wins, right? So well deserved. Go back and watch his games. They're really cool games that they got to commentate and post in their content updates channel. And get out there and get in the server. Get involved. What's happening in the server? We got Edge of Eternities brainstorming. What's that league going to look like? What's going on? Is it a space thing? Is it a planet thing? We got side events. Evan's still doing Miranda's Mega Draft stuff. I did one of those last week. I was just sitting around. And I saw them say, hey, we're drafting in 10 minutes. And you know what? I hopped in, and I won that draft, and I feel great about it. My deck was great. We did a Modern Horizons 3 draft. That's a fun format. I played the hell out of Modern Horizons 3. That felt good to get back into it with that. And then, again, the Edge of Eternities, they're going to have another Roto coming up soon. It's spoiler season. There's a lot going on. So get involved, get in the server, and if there's not an event going on that you want to be in, start an event. Do it. We got the Blitzball pools ruled for the Blitzball side event. I'm in that. I'm doing well this league. I got to play online on stream a couple weeks ago. I won, which means I'm in this team thing. We're in the team thing. We're trying to split up the decks. And I'll tell you, we don't agree. We don't agree. We're having problems. The boat's rocking. But we're going to figure it out. I mean, you can only argue so much until I just go, yeah, I don't care, whatever. Just give me a deck, I'll play it. I don't care. I'm just here to have fun, guys. So watch that. That's going to be coming out soon, the Blitzball side event team thing. And just get involved. Get ready. There's more to come. Our biggest league ever, and it's only getting better and better as we get ready for Week 5 of Final Fantasy League. And until then, I hope you get to keep a good 7. You want all 7 cards. Yeah, you can work with 6. Yeah, I've won with 5. But I want a good 7. And I hope that shuffler is in your favor. Because when you, crack a fetch land on Arena, and you shuffle, and it shows you what your top card was, and you go, man, I would have loved that card. Or, man, thank God I shuffled away that thing. Why does it show you that? But, man, the shuffler, I want it to be showing you the cards you don't want on top. I want it to be showing those lands getting shuffled back in. Or that late game rare. I want you to see it get shuffled right back on top where you need it, when you need it. And we'll see everybody here next week for Week 5 of Final Fantasy. Until then, I guess this is go home.